Picture this. A tiny squirrel, fur ruffled by the autumn breeze, scampering through the city park. She's not just on any ordinary acorn hunt today, she's on a mission. You see, winter is coming and she's about to become a mother. Day after day she searches, climbing every tree, inspecting every nook and cranny. Some holes are too small, others already occupied by grumpy birds. Some trees just don't feel quite right. But she never gives up. Then one magical morning she discovers it. An abandoned woodpecker's hole in a sturdy old oak tree. It's perfect. High enough to be safe from predators, deep enough to stay warm, and just the right size for her growing family. She spends the next few days transforming this empty space into a cozy home, carrying soft leaves, bits of moss, and even finding a forgotten piece of fabric to line the walls. This isn't just a hole in a tree anymore. It's where her babies will take their first breath, where they'll open their eyes to the world. And just in time too, because as the first snowflakes begin to fall, her tiny babies arrive, snug and safe in their perfect new home. Have you ever seen a cat on a mission? Well, let me tell you about my furry black friend Poe and his favorite little red ball toy. It was a worn red ball from countless battles and adventures, but to Poe, it was his whole world. One morning, Poe woke up and his precious red ball was nowhere to be found. You should have seen him. Ears perked, tail twitching as he turned our house upside down. Under the couch, behind the curtains, even in my blue shoes. His determined little face was both hilarious and heartwarming. 2 hours of searching later, we finally heard a triumphant boing from the laundry basket. There was Poe, proudly emerging with his beloved red ball, looking like he'd just conquered Mount Everest. Who knew it had fallen in with yesterday's washing? Sometimes the best treasures are in the last place you'd expect.
Sound of a school bell ringing, followed by hurried footsteps. Okay, picture this. You're walking into school feeling pretty good. The sun is shining, you're chatting with your friends, everything's cool. You slide into your seat just as the bell rings, ready for another totally normal day. Sound of a teacher's calm but firm voice, slightly muffled. Then your teacher stands up at the front of the class, clears their throat, and says those 6 little words that can instantly turn your world upside down. Okay, class, please turn in your homework. Dramatic sound effect like a record scratch or a sudden dun-dun-dun chord. Wait. Homework? What homework? Your blood runs cold. Your heart drops into your stomach. Oh no, the history essay. The one that's worth 30% of your grade. It's sitting on your desk at home, completely, utterly forgotten. Sound of frantic scribbling, pages turning quickly, and that's when survival mode kicks in. You duck your head down, grab the nearest pen and a blank piece of paper, and a primal instinct takes over. You're writing like your life depends on it, trying to cram a week's worth of research into the 5 minutes before the teacher gets to your desk. The world fades away. There is only you, the pen, and the desperate, frantic scramble to finish the forgotten homework. We've all been there, right? Pure chaos. You ever go to the hospital and realize waiting room is not a suggestion? It is a lifestyle? Like you walk in with a sprained ankle and by the time they call your name, you've finished 2 lifetimes and a Netflix series. There's a lady knitting, a kid running a lemonade stand, and I swear I saw someone file their taxes. They're like, the doctor will be with you shortly. Shortly? Bro, my ancestors are gonna see the doctor before I do.
Starts with a slightly concerned, relatable tone. You're at a restaurant trying to enjoy a nice meal, and right next to you there's a toddler. But they're not babbling or throwing food, they're just silent, staring, completely zoned out at a screen propped up against the salt shaker. Welcome to the era of the iPad kid. We've all seen them. At dinner, in the car, even in the grocery cart. And let's be real, sometimes it feels like a lifesaver, right? A few minutes of peace and quiet? Golden. But lately I can't help but wonder, what's the long-term cost of that quiet? Experts are starting to sound the alarm. They're seeing kids with shortened attention spans, who struggle with delayed gratification because they're used to instant entertainment. They're even seeing delays in social and emotional development because kids aren't learning how to handle boredom, or how to just sit and interact with the world around them. It's kind of scary when you think about it. I'm not saying all screens are evil, but maybe, just maybe, a little bit of boredom is actually good for a kid. It's where creativity is born, where they learn to entertain themselves, where they notice the little details of the world. So next time you're tempted to hand over the screen, maybe try handing them a crayon instead. It might be messier, but it might just be what they really need.
Sound of kids playing in the background, a school bell rings faintly. All right, picture this. It's recess. The year is 2024. I'm just trying to have a normal conversation with my friend, Timmy, about, Legos or something. I go, "Hey Timmy, did you see the new Star Wars set? It looks pretty fire." And Timmy, without even blinking, he just looks at me, dead serious, and goes, "Nah, that's mid. The real Rizzler would get the one with the gyat." I'm sorry. The what? I'm just standing there, my brain doing the blue screen of death. The gyat? Is that a new Jedi? What's happening? Before I can even ask, he sees another friend, Kevin, trip over the curb. And instead of helping him up, Timmy just points and yells, "Bro is not the main character. That's a total skibidi moment. Sigma." A skibidi moment? Was he listening to a weird toilet song while falling? And what does a Greek letter have to do with any of this? Then, Jenny comes over with some juice. Timmy takes a sip, makes a face, and says, "This juice is not bussin', it's giving NPC energy." NPC energy? The juice doesn't have a side quest for me, Timmy. It's just apple, I swear. I feel like I need a dictionary and a therapist just to understand what kids are saying at recess these days. I'm just trying to live in Ohio, but it seems like we're all living on TikTok. Phantom tax. I don't even know anymore. Send help. Okay, let me paint you a picture. It's Tuesday afternoon, that sleepy time right after lunch. You're sitting in math class. The clock is ticking so slowly you swear it's going backward. The teacher, Mr. Harrison, is up at the board trying his best to keep everyone awake. He's wrapping up a lesson on basic addition, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. He scans the room, a little smile playing on his lips. He probably thinks he's got a clever little warm-down question for us. He clears his throat, and in that classic teacher voice, he asks, "All right, class, for our last question of the day, a simple one. What is 66 plus 1? And this is where the magic happens. A single spark of an idea ignites across the room. Eyes meet. A silent agreement is made in a split second. It's like a hive mind just took over. Before Mr. Harrison can even finish his sentence, the entire class in one unified, thunderous voice doesn't say 67. Oh no. We're clapping the rhythm. 6767! The look on Mr. Harrison's face was absolutely priceless. First, it was pure confusion. Then his brain caught up with the joke. A slow smile spread across his face, and he just shook his head, trying not to laugh. He lost. We won. Best math class ever.
It's all fun and games until you go to the school bathroom, because let me tell you, it just smells like expired milk in there. Let me give you a story. When I was in kindergarten, I had to go to the bathroom because my tummy hurt so bad. When I got there, I smelled something mischievous. Something I don't know. It was gas. I left immediately. I do know that it was almost time for lunch, so there wasn't time to be funny and all that. I walked fast to the third grade bathroom in the hallway. When I checked, it was good to go for now. A few moments later, I was finally able to go to my class to prepare for lunch.
Upbeat, slightly mysterious music starts. You know that feeling when a word is right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't grab it? Or when you suddenly remember a random detail from your childhood? What's going on up there? Well, let's talk about the boss in your head, your brain. This thing is an absolute powerhouse. It's only about 3 pounds, but it's running the entire show 24/7. Think about this. Right now, your brain is processing the light hitting your eyes, the sound of my voice, the feeling of the phone in your hand. And it's also keeping your heart beating and your lungs breathing, all without you even thinking about it. And get this, your brain generates about 20 watts of electrical power. That's enough to power a dim light bulb. So you literally have a light bulb going off in your head all the time. But here's the craziest part. Despite all we know, the brain is still one of the biggest mysteries in science. We've mapped the stars, but the universe inside our own heads? We're just getting started. It's the most complex, fascinating, and powerful thing we've ever encountered. And you've got one. Use it well.
Sound of a controller clicking, faint spooky music in the background. There are some things you just don't do. You don't put pineapple on pizza in front of an Italian. You don't tell a Star Wars fan that Star Trek is better. And you absolutely, under no circumstances, ask your best friend who is scared of their own shadow to play a horror game with you. But did I listen to that? Nope. My best friend, let's call her Lily, has the courage of a wet paper bag. She once screamed because a leaf fell on her head. So naturally, I thought it would be a brilliant idea to have her play the scariest new survival horror game with me. For the content, So last Friday, I set the scene. Lights off, surround sound on full blast. a giant bowl of popcorn she was too scared to even reach for. The game starts. It's all atmospheric, creepy whispers, doors creaking in the distance. Standard stuff. I'm leaning forward, totally into it. Lily? She's practically trying to merge with the sofa cushions. Hiding behind a pillow. For the first 30 minutes, every jump scare was a duet. The game would scream, and Lily would scream louder. A zombie lurches out. Lily's soul leaves her body. A phone rings unexpectedly in the game. Lily almost throws the controller at my TV. I was cry laughing. This was comedy gold. But then, the game changed. It wasn't just about jump scares anymore. We entered this abandoned orphanage, and the story got dark. Sad even. It was about these lost kids, their spirits trapped. Lily, peeking from behind her pillow, stopped screaming. She started listening. She'd say, "Wait, go back. Did you see that drawing on the wall?" I think it tells us where to find the locket for the little girl's ghost. I was just trying to survive. But she was piecing together the narrative, the emotional core of the game. The big climax of the game isn't a boss fight. It's a puzzle. You have to play a lullaby on a dusty old piano to set the children's spirits free. But the notes are hidden, scattered throughout the orphanage in the form of memories. And guess who became the master detective? Lily. She'd point, "There, the music box in the nursery. That's the first part of the melody." She navigated me through the darkest, scariest rooms. Not because she wasn't scared anymore. Oh, she was still terrified. Trust me. But because she was so invested in helping these fictional ghost kids find peace. And in the final scene, as the lullaby played and the spirits faded into light, she wasn't hiding. She was sitting right next to me, controller in her hands, tears in her eyes. Not from fear, but from the story. She looked at me and said, "That was beautiful." I set out to make my friend scream for a funny video, but I ended up watching her conquer her fear, not by being brave, but by being compassionate. It turns out, sometimes the best way to face the monsters in the dark is to find the story, the heart, the little bit of light they're hiding. And maybe, just maybe, have a best friend by your side who's better at it than you are. I didn't get the comedy video I wanted. I got something way, way better. This all started when Simple38 declared a subscriber war on color harmony. And look, I wasn't gonna take that lying down. But then the unthinkable happened. My other rival, Color Harmony, started gaining subscribers like crazy. They were blowing past both of us. So I had no choice. I started grinding, posting way more videos than I ever have before. This war is far from over, so if you want to see who wins, you know what to do.
Picture this. It's 1 a.m. You're at a sleepover trying to sleep in peace, but you can, because you hear door knocks, and when you check the door, no one was there. You still tried to continue to sleep, but he's knocking still. You told your best friend about this. Let's call her Lily. She loves telling jokes. She was in my class in school. Let's just get back to story. She was shocked. She came to sleep with me. Then when I heard a knock, I didn't come to open the door. Lily did. She said, "You're just imagining things." I believed her. We came back to sleep. I heard a knocking sound, but this time it wasn't the same. It sounded different. Then when Lily opened it, she saw a shadow. She ran to my bed and told me it was a shadow. When I came to check it out, the shadow just moved like it was nothing. Then when it knocked again, it still wasn't there. But the paintings were different. It was full of eyes. It wasn't a painting. It was watching me. I quickly ran to Lily. I told her about this. She began to comfort me, and when I heard door knocks again, me and Lily began to check it out. Same pictures, same shadow. Then I went to Lily's room. I heard a knock again. This time it wasn't a door. It was the closet. When I creaked it open, I saw a red glowing light. Then it caught me. I woke up immediately. Was I dreaming? I asked Lily. She said yes. I agreed with her. So from now on, I will only have sleepovers if someone would comfort me.
Bro, please be careful when you upload videos because these bots on YouTube right now is just unholy. Like, just imagine this. You post a video, and 15 minutes later, there's a bot commenting on your video, and let's talk about their profile pictures. Like, if you see that profile picture, just know it may be a cat between two pillows, and we're not going to talk about the followers. Like, if you see one follower from these bots, yep, you need holy water or bleach because the profile pictures of the followers from these bots right now are just inappropriate. And bro, please report them. So from now on, if you see a bot commenting on your video, just report it.